Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Saratoga Racecourse here on Saturday. It is August the 27th, 2016. It's Travers Day from the spa. It's a great card. I'm going to look at all the stakes races, starting off at race number 6 and ending off at race number 12. Before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections. Today's sixth race, the first race I'll be looking at, the races I will be looking at, races 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So races 6 through 12, basically. Starting off with race number 6, which is the 69th running of the personal ensign. Grade 1 per $750,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 5 horses, a very competitive field of 5 horses, traveling a mile and 1/8 once around the spa. Mile and 1/8. And my top selection here in this race will go to the 3-horse, Forever Unbridled, 7-2, Joel Rosario. I'm going to put this horse into a super if it's offered this race. I doubt it, but I would go 3-2-1-5. 3-2, if you want to play the try with the 1-5 box underneath. It would cost for 50 cents a dollar if you want to play it, but 3-2-1-5. Number 3, Forever Unbridled, 7-2, Joel Rosario for Dallas Stewart. Last time out, ran at Belmont, mile 16th on June the 11th in the Odkin Phillips. This horse finished second by 1.5 lengths off the 2-month layoff that day. It was closing up a little bit, but couldn't really, had to wait a little bit. It was stuck in a little bit of traffic. If this horse was clear, I think this horse could have really won that day, a little under 7-2. And then at Oaklawn on April 15th in Apple Blossom, this horse won by 2.25 lengths that day and had a very good, little wide trip, but a very clear kick into the lead. It was a very nice win. And then start before that, 4 months before that, whatever it was, on January 30th at Sam Houston under the night sky, mile 16th in the Houston Ladies Classic, the Grade 3 Houston Ladies Classic. This horse won by 1.75 lengths, closed up to a very nice victory. And then before that, this horse won the Comely at Aqueduct down here in Queens. I think this horse has a strong chance here. I really like the horse coming into this race fresh. The 2 turns really helped. That last start in the Ogden Phillips, this horse was just really screwed with that traffic trouble. I think this horse will really do well here today. Out of Unbridled Song, 7-2 on this one. I like the price. So to recap my bets for race number 6, the personal ensign from Saratoga, going to go with the 3-horse, Forever Unbridled, going to go 3-2-1-5, 3-2-1-5. So now let's get on to race number 7 from the spa. The 7th race is the 38th running of the Ballerina. Grade 1 purse $500,000 for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 10 horses traveling the distance of ground of 7 furlongs. Nice race here again. Can't repeat that enough. 7 furlongs. And somebody asked me a few weeks ago, why do I show the track diagram? I show it so I can look down at my notes quick. I don't like to, it gives me a second just to look down there and really concentrate. So that's why I do it, and it gives me a second to stop speaking. 7 furlongs of traveling here in the Ballerina, 10 horses, and my top selection will go to the 4-horse Sheer Drama. I'm going to go 4-9-8-2. 4-9-8-2. Number 4, Sheer Drama, 5-1. Joe Bravo on this one for David Fox. Last time out, ran at Belmont, mile 16th in Odkin Phillips. This horse finished 5th by 5.25 lengths in a field of 6 horses at a little over 8.5 to 1. This horse just really did not have a great race that day. It just wasn't the horse's day. It was a little bit wide. I don't know if this horse liked the Belmont surface. Start before that came at Churchill, mile 16th, in the La Trion. This horse finished 3rd by 7.5 lengths at 90 cents to the dollar. Just had nothing. Was a little bit empty behind Carolina, who was running in the race before, I believe. And then the Madison. This horse won the Madison by a neck. First start since October, and a track this horse really likes. She, just closed up very nice. This horse here at Saratoga is 3-2, which I really like. He won the personal ensign last season. And then before that, you have to go back to 2014 at least, before this horse's last start at the spot before that personal ensign run. I think this horse should have a good run. I like this horse at a 1-turn distance. She should really relish the 7 furlong distance, I think. So I'm going to go with this horse as top selection here, Sheer Drama. So to recap my bets for the Ballerina, race number 7, Saratoga, I'm going to go with the 4-horse, Sheer Drama. I'm going to go 4-9-8-2. 4-9-8-2. Now to race number 8 from Saratoga. It's the 32nd running of the Kettle 1 King's Bishop. Grade 1, purse $500,000 for 3-year-olds. We have a field of 13 horses traveling 7 furlongs to start this pick 4. There's 2 pick 4s. There's 3, I believe. There's one that starts with King's Bishop, one that starts with the Sword Dancer. and there's one that starts in the second race. But I think this is going to be the main pick four I'll look at. They're traveling 7 furlongs here in the King's Bishop, and my top selection here is going to be number 6. Mo Heyman, and if you get 5-1 on this one, I'll be shocked. I think you're gonna get down to 2-1 on this one. I really do. I'm gonna go 6-1, 4-11, 6-1, 4-11 here in the King's Bishop. Number 6, Mo Heyman. 5-1, which I doubt. Junior Alvarado for Kier McLaughlin. Last time I run Saratoga, Jim Dandy, and Mile 8th on July 30th. First start since the third Derby. Horse finished 4th by 5 3/4 lengths that day. From the 3 hole, this horse had a horrible start, just weak, and it just wasn't the best of starts back. Then the Kentucky Derby at Churchill, mile and a quarter on May the 7th. This horse finished 4th by 4.5 lengths. This horse is a little bit wide, and just couldn't have a really good kick. And then the Florida Derby, this horse finished 4th, took out wide. That really just weakened. I don't know if that horse really liked that wet kind of course. But this horse was pretty good before that. Won the Holy Bull, won the Fountain of Youth, and against subpar fields. He was the best horses that day. But coming back to this one-turn distance should be the key for this horse. He won and last time he ran one turn was in the Nashua Aqueduct. He won by 1 3/4 lengths that day and won his maiden race at Belmont at 6 furlongs going away easy. I think this horse should have a very good run here, coming back to this 7 furlong distance. Really like this horse's chances. Like I said, 5-1. I doubt you see it. If you do, I'll be shocked. So to recap my bets for race number 8 from Saratoga, it's the King's Bishop. Gonna go with the 6 horse, Mo Heyman. Gonna go 6-1, 4-11, 6-1, 4-11. Race number 9 here from Saratoga. The next race, the 9th race, is the 37th running of the Priority 1 Jets Forego. Grade 1 purse $700,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 12 horses traveling 7 furlongs. A very nice 12-horse field. If we could get the page to load, that would be even better. 7 furlongs. And my top selection here in the Forego will go to number 12 marking. In a super effective play, I'll go 12-9, 3-11, 12-9, 3-11. I would probably use all 4 in the pick 4 if you're going to play it. I will, but it's a very difficult race, I think. Number 12 marking, 3-1, Joel Rosario. Last time out, ran at Belmont, 7 furlongs in the Belmont Sprint Championship. This horse finished second by head that day, was second all throughout, but just couldn't catch AP Indian, who ran a hell of a race, I must say. Start before that at Belmont in the mile, this horse finished 4th by 16 quarter lengths behind stablemate Frosty, who just was an absolute thriller that day. Next start out in the Whitney, this horse was a thriller also frosted, but this horse just really didn't have the best of runs that day. And then before that, this horse was running in the Middle East at Maidan in Dubai. Finished 4th in the Godolphin Mile, won just a basic handicap, and did not unseated Josh Doyle in James Doyle, in a run at Maidan, first start back. But this horse finished second in the Malibu last year and won his first 2 career starts. I think this horse should have a very good run here today. Watch out for this one. Marking coming back to a very nice 7 furlong distance. So to recap my bets for race number 9, it's the Forego from Saratoga. Gonna go with the 12 horse marking. Gonna go 12-9, 3-11, 12-9, 3-11. So now let's get on to race number 10. 10th race from Saratoga is the 42nd running of the Longines Swore Dancer. Grade 1 purse $1 million. It's for 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 7 horses traveling the distance of ground of 1.25 miles. Mile and a quarter. And my top selection here will go to the 6 horse. It's probably going to be my best bet of the day. Number 6, Flintshear. Going to go 6-4-2-1. 6-4-2-1. Number 6, Flintshear. 1-5, Javier Castellano, Chad Brown. This horse is just probably the best best turf horse in America at the moment. Last time out at Saratoga, mile 3 it's against four rivals in the Bowling Green. This horse won by 3 quarters length. That move at the top of the stretch was very, very good. Just really, just took over Grand Tito. Very nice move. Got a 105 buyer. Start before that, ran at Belmont Park, mile and a quarter in Manhattan. First start on Lasix. Horse won by 1 3/4 lengths at 70 cents to the dollar. Was a little bit wide, but had a very nice run in. And then last year, running against the world's best horses in the Hong Kong Vase, this horse finished second behind Highland Reel. This horse just couldn't catch Highland Reel, who ran a hell of a race. After that, he didn't do that well in Dubai in the Shima Classic. And then the Prix d'Arc de Triomphe, this horse finished second behind Golden Horn. Treve ran that day also. It was a very deep Arc de Triomphe, and then this horse won this race last year. Had a bad break. Most European horses do not learn how to break, but what Chimedon did that day, Vincent Chimedon, rode him to a very nice victory. It was very, it got a 114 buyer, which is very impressive. This horse looks very hard to beat here. The horses he was facing in Europe do not match against these horses. The European horses were just so much better. These horses basically claimers if you look at the horses he was facing. 1 to 5 here, best bet of the day, I think, for me. So to recap my bets for race number 10 from Saratoga, Sword Dancer. Gonna go with the 6 horse flincher, best bet of the day, single in the pick 4. Gonna go 6-4-2-1, 6-4-2-1. So now let's get on to race number 11. It's the big one from Saratoga. It's the 147th running of the Travers. Grade 1 purse, $1.25 million for 3-year-olds. We have 14 horses, actually down to 13 now. You have a scratch of Majesto, so take Majesto out, down to 13 runners, traveling the distance of ground of 1.25 miles. And whoever keeps messaging me, I'm gonna throw my iPad at them. 1.25 miles. And my top selection here will go to the 4 horse, Governor Malibu. I really like his chances here. I'm going to go 4-9-8-7. 4-9-8-7. I would use all 4, maybe even extra deep. I have to look at this race more in the pick 4 because I think it's very wide open. I would definitely use, if I could give you 2 top selections here, I would go 4-9. Those 2 horses are both 12-1. I think both of those horses have the same chance of winning here. It could have been flip-flop, but I just found my way to Governor Malibu. So 4-9-8-7. 4-9 would be a top selection here. Number 4, Governor Malibu. I landed on him as on top for now. But like I said, I would go with Gift Box. 12-1, Joel Rosario, Christophe Clement. Last time out, Ren Saratoga, Mount Nathan, and Jim Dandy. His horse finished second by 1 1/4 lengths at 4-1. Just closed up a little bit. Couldn't catch Loban, who was running back and breaking from the outside today, who was on the lead off route. Just couldn't catch him that day. I think the added grouch really helped this one with a little longer of a stretch. Start for that in Belmont Stakes, June the 11th, mile and a half in the Belmont Stakes. His horse finished fourth by 4 lengths. And if you could, there's a show on the Naira Network here, Trips and Traps. It's on the internet also. But Trips and Traps, this is the definite trip that horse had that day. He got blocked off in the stretch. I think if this horse did not get blocked off in the stretch in the Belmont Stakes, he would have won. He finished fourth by 4 lengths at 17-1. Just that it's just painful watching that replay because I had this horse that day, and if this horse won, I can't even go there. But this horse, he finished fourth that day. And this horse ran the Peter Pan. This horse finished second by 3/4 length in the Peter Pan behind Unified. Unified, who ran next start out and Long Branch down the Jersey Shore, proved he is only a one-turn horse. Unified, he's a sprinting kind of horse that managed the Mount Eighth because it's at Belmont Park. But this horse finished second, closed up very nicely. I think the closing kick should really help this horse here. Kind of reminds me of a bit of the other Christophe Clement horse, Tonalist. I think this horse should have a very nice run. If he wins today, I wouldn't be surprised seeing this horse in the Breeders' Cup Classic. But I really like this horse's chances here. Top selection. I'll also use Gift Box 12-1, Junior Alvarado, who should be improving very well. Last time on the Curlin Stakes, second start against State Company. So horse finished second by a length behind Connect. Connect, who was on basically the lead all throughout. I don't think he's going to connect personally. I don't think he could go the 1.25 mile distance on lead all throughout. I think there's a lot more speed in this race, which won't let him, and I think a mile and a quarter is too long. But Giftbox, he finished second by a length that day, stalking that day. I think that's the key. If he could stay back a little bit and have that, be near the leaders at the quarter pole, I think that's going to be the key for this horse to win. He's out of Twirling Candy, who is a 7 furlong horse, but I think this horse should really do well. Start before that, came May 26, Belmont Park, mile 16, Optional Lady Claimer. That race could have been a stakes race. This horse won by 4 1/4 lengths at a little under 2 to 1, and just drew away. Very nice victory, and finished third behind Mohiman and the Remsen. Gonna use this horse, like I said. If I had to give you two top selections this race, it would be 4-9. I think both those horses are the two best in my eyes that could really win. So I'm going to use this horse here. So to recap my bets for race number 11, Saratoga Travers, I'm going to go with the 4-horse Governor Malibu. I'm going to go 4-9-8-7. 4-9-8-7. Like I said, 4-9 would be two top selections, let's say. So now let's get on to the final race I'll be looking at, the stakes race on today's program from the Spa. The 12th race is the 28th running of the Woodford Reserve Boston Spa. Grade 2 purse, $400,000 for filly mares, 3-year-olds, and upwards. We have a field of 8 horses traveling the distance of ground of 1 1/16 on the Mellon Turf Course. And if there's a favorite I think that could be beat in today's card, I think it's going to be Lady Eli. I do not like the even money, 13 months off the layoff, almost 14 months off the layoff. I think there are a few horses that are fresher off the spot that I'll try and take a look at, and I think there are two horses. I would go 5-8-3-2 in this race. 5-8-3-2. I would use 5-8. Both those horses, they're both top selections in this race. If I had to give out two top selections, it's 5-8. I really don't think Lady Eli. I would bet her second off the layoff, but personally, right now, I have a little bit of question. She's a great horse, just not in today's spot. I want to give her a race. So 5-8 as two top selections. So 5-8. 3-2 in the superfecta, but 5-8, two top selections. Number 5, Senorita Talia. If I had to give out just one top selection, would be her 9-2 Joel Rosario for Kira McLaughlin out of Medaglia de Oro. Last time out, we're in Saratoga, mile 16th, an optional Lady Claimer. First start since last year's Brief Cup Filly Mare Turf. This horse won by 2 1/4 lengths that day. At 35 cents to the dollar, this horse had a very bad start that day, but overcame that to very nice victory. A very great move at the quarter pole. And then a Keeneland mile 3/16 in the Breeze Cup Filly Mare Turf. This horse finished fourth by 3 3/4 lengths at almost 15 to 1. Just really didn't have a great closing kick that day against the world's best horses. And then the Queen Elizabeth Cup, this horse finished third by 2 3/4 lengths. At Saratoga, this horse is 2 for 2. Won last time out and won the Lake Placid last season. I think this horse should have a great run here today. Finished fourth behind Lady Eli and last year's Belmont Oaks, but I think this horse has been improving a hell of a lot. So I'm going to use this horse as a top selection. And also, number 8, Miss Temple City. 2 to 1, Drayden Van Dyke. Last time out, first start stateside since Keeneland's 2016. Acres 46 mile, but last time out in the Diana. This horse finished fourth by a neck in an all-out finish. Couldn't catch Dashta and Recepta. Two very good horses. Just had it was an all-out finish just that day, and this horse just lost by the neck, Bob. It was a decent race. Then at Royal Ascot, June the 15th, in the Duke of Cambridge, horse finished fourth by 3.5 lengths that day. Again, finished fourth in the last two runnings of last two years at Royal Ascot. This horse finished fourth. Just really couldn't overcome that. Had Ryan Moore, the best rider in the world, I think. And then probably this horse's best career run, I think, a best win, came in the Acres 46 mile. This horse won by 1 1/4 lengths against the boys at a little under 6.5 to 1. This horse just had a very clear victory. I like this horse here in this spot, 2 to 1. She's going to be fresh second start stateside after a trip to Europe. I think the horses that come over from Europe after running their North American horses that go to Europe and then come back need the race, and I think this horse had the race last time out. Should really be keyed up to run here today. So to recap my bets for the Boston Spa race number 12 from Saratoga, gonna go with the 5-horse Senorita Italia as the top selection. If I had to give two top selections, I would go 5-8. Superfecta wagering, I would go 5-8-3-2. 5-8-3-2. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.